Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Watch Out. I'm your host, Drew Pizzulo. In this month's episode, we're actually going to dive into a topic that is actually so basic yet so complex when it comes to buying used and new watches. And the concept is pretty simple. I have it on my whiteboard over here, so let me just bring it out. Everybody knows it, MSRP. And anybody took Business Class 101 knows this very well. What is MSRP? Basically, it stands for Manufacturer's Suggested Retail Price. Okay, and this is the key of all the four letters. This is the one I want to focus on the most. The S in suggested for MSRP. Suggested means made up based on the market. Okay, so when a company makes a watch, whether it's Tissot or Citizen or an upstart brand, Spinnaker, any type of micro brands especially try to do this. This is all done for marketing. Okay, so and Invicta is probably best known for doing this with their inflated MSRP. Okay, so what I basically do when I buy a watch is I do not pay attention to MSRP, but a lot of people do because it's a wonderful marketing sales opportunity and tactic by companies to make you buy their products. And it's all about making you think what you're getting, not what you're actually getting. Suggested means I can throw this at any price point I want, because there's nobody to prove me wrong, because you're not actually going to sell it at that price anyway. So, for instance, let's say the company is, we're going to make something up here, ABC Watch Company. Okay, they want to put a new watch model on the market, and they're going to have, they're targeting a certain segment, and that segment is going to be people who can spend $400 to $600 for the watch, but they want to make it look good. They want to make it look like people are getting a deal or a steal or a real bargain, especially around the Black Friday, Christmas holidays. So, company ABC, for instance, will make the MSRP on watch A. Okay, they're going to make it $2,200. Okay, and of course this is going to come out backwards, but we're just going to let it go like that. Okay, so $2,200 is going to be the MSRP on this watch. It could suck, it could be decent. It doesn't really matter. They're inflating it to a number that they are making up because it's a suggested retail price. It is not proven by anything because there's no sales to this point. Nobody is going to buy it at this point. Now, MSRP is, like I said, total bullshit for the most part, except for a couple of exceptions. And the exceptions that we will be talking about, obviously, are the king of them all, Rolex, and other brands like Patek. Okay, Patek Philippe, Rolex, limited edition runs that are limited to 100 or less of a certain model may not follow the MSRP rule because the suggested retail price could actually be the retail price. In Rolex's case, they sell at MSRP. So obviously, suggested is not suggested. It's a real price. It's really MRP. Okay, it's manufacturer's retail price. There's no S in Rolex, okay, for suggested. Same thing with Patek, okay, Patek Philippe and other limited brands, more of the handmade watches from Switzerland, very tiny companies, because there really is no market. They sell them at manufacturer retail price, not the MSRP. Okay, the S in the MSRP is fake. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Do not fall for the MSRP BS when you see it online on Joma Shop, or you see it on World of Watches, or you see it on the Home Shopping channel. Ignore the MSRP. It's all made up. Nobody ever buys it at this price because if they did, they would not have to sell it. Obviously, there would be no deal if it was at MSRP. Okay, so anytime somebody's trying to give you at a deal, MSRP is going to come in as a sales tactic. So, for instance, company ABC is selling a watch at $2,200 MSRP. Nope, they'll always tell you, no, it's not at $2,200. It's somehow at, it's a bargain basement price, 86% off at $399. Amazing how that always happens. And it doesn't matter what the watch. I'm not trying to pick on any brands, but they all do it. Except for Rolex, Patek, and some limited editions that don't need S, they just need MRP. Okay, to let you know what the price point is, and you will pay it because the price goes up. And the reason why Rolex and Patek can get away from it because their watches go up in value over time. What happens with MSRP, and what happens with most watches in general, just like cars, as soon as you wear them, or in a car's case, drive it off the lot, it loses a percentage of its new value. So the sales price is the new value of a car or a watch in this aspect. Okay, so let's say $399 is the sales price no matter what site it's on, whatever. It's at $399. So that is the actual new value of the watch, but it is not the resale value of the watch. People always ask me, is this a good deal or a bad deal? Well, that all depends. Are you buying it new or are you buying it pre-owned? So new is what they can sell it for. So the sale price is what they are able to get people to buy it for. MSRP just makes it look better than it is. If you see something that's 86% off, you think you're getting a deal. When in reality, it's just a sales tactic for the most part to make you think you're getting a deal, so you will buy it in more earnest before somebody else does. It's marketing 101. So you have $399 as the new. That's the actual new price or the sale price of the watch. That is what it is worth new on the market. But it is not what the resale value is. I told you it loses a percentage. Now most watches, after you buy them, lose between, and this is about average for most brands out there, doesn't matter if it's Swiss, Japanese, Chinese, German, Japanese, doesn't matter. They lose 30 to 50%, like a car, over time, but they level off. So you have the new market value, which is about here, then it loses about 30% to 50%, and then it just levels off from there, okay? At that point, the watch's value is going to flatline, and that is the price point you really want to get it at if you're going to buy something pre-owned, because the hit is already taken out of it. So watch ABC, that is at $399. If we're talking 30 to 50% of its value, you're looking anywhere between its real worth is $200 to $250 on the used market. And that's about what the watch will be worth when you can buy it for on the used market. And you can, if you want to resell it down the line, then you're able to get your money back on it. The thing that most people say is, oh, I'm never going to get my money back if I spend all this money. Well, that may not be true. If the MSRP is $6,000, which is made up anyway, but the watch, brand new, instead of $399, is $3,999, and then this number for the resale value is $2,000, well, then you're going to get about $2,000 back because it's already used on the used market. Therefore, you'll be able to get your money back, whether it's $200 or $2,000 in two different examples that I'm listing. So it doesn't really matter. If you're looking to buy a used watch and you don't want to lose money on it, then you go and buy it pre-owned at the resale value, not the actual sale value, and certainly never buy it at MSRP unless you're dealing with Rolex or Patek or one of those other brands I had mentioned before. So let me give you a couple examples, like for instance, what I saw on Joma Shop. So for instance, here we have a Rolex Airman. Okay, this is right from Joma Shop, and you can see exactly what I am talking about. And MSRP can also be told as retail, the retail price. Okay, so if you look at that, you can see the retail value on this watch is $1,295, which is MSRP, which I am talking about. And up amazingly, it's on sale for $179.99. All made up. Okay, the real value of this watch, brand new, that they can sell it for, that you could get brand new, is around $180. So, what is the resale value of this watch? Just cross it out, deduct 30 to 50%, or as I like to say, divide it by 2, which is the actual formula. You take the sale value, divide it by 2, and you're going to get around, the value of this watch is going to be anywhere between $90 and $120 for this piece. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to get used on this piece. And you would get your money back out of it. This is just an example of, like I was telling you. Let's go through another one. Here is, and every brand does it, and this is just to show you. Here's a Citizen with the orange dial, okay? MSRP is $599. The actual sale price is $249, and your resale price, you divide that, it's going to be anywhere between $150 to $175. You would be able to get this on the market once it is pre-owned and not lose money. Want another one? Sure. Let's go for another one. Let's go for a little more expensive one. This is a Swiss Longines Hydroquest. Okay? MSRP, or made up value, $1,100. Okay, the sale price of this sucker is $790, so not a huge discount from the MSRP in this particular case, but it is a Hydroquest. It is not automatic, and you're going to figure once it hits the market and becomes used, divide that sucker by 2, you're looking anywhere between $400 and $500 for this piece. Okay, which you should get on the pre-owned market, and you won't lose money in the future. Another example? Sure, why not? I got another one for you. Here's an Alpena. Okay, here's a really inflated MSRP. $2,195. I mean, Alpena is a nice brand, but they are nowhere near that price. Nobody's going to pay that for an Alpena. But they will be able to get around $895 from people on the sale market, which is the real value of it new. Used, like I said, 30 to 50% off. You're looking anywhere between $500 and $600 for this piece used, for what you can get, and sometimes even less, depending on how popular and how, and the color. It goes by a variety of things why it would drop a certain percentage. It goes by color, it goes by popularity, it goes by size, and it goes by market value. Based on if the economy is good or not. And right now we all know we have a crappy economy. So that will factor in as well. And every once in a while, it's like Duck, Duck, Goose, you'll actually get a deal on one of these sites. So this was Duck, Duck, and here's the Goose. Okay, so this, look at this retail MSRP. Okay, the retail MSRP value on this Quorum, okay, a well-known brand, is $12,300. We all know people aren't going to pay $12,300 for a Quorum. I love Quorum. I have Quorum, but it's just not going to happen. However, okay, this one is a little bit different because you have, it was already at a sale price of $2,850, and now it's at a sale price of $2,350. Okay, this is an Admiral's Cup. Okay, so on double sales, like you see here from Joma's shop, you could actually get a pretty decent deal. They're already discounting it again to a clearance price as a sale price, which means if you get it used, you're probably only taking about 10 or 20% off. So this sucker still used probably is worth about $2,000 to $2,100, even used, depending on the condition on that. So this sucker would probably be a good deal, okay? Because even if you were to wear it, you're not going to take the hit you normally would have, because at its original sale price of about $2,800. If you took 30 to 50% off on that, it was going to be anywhere between $1,500 and $1,800. But since it's already marked down to $2,350 on a double sale price, you're probably only going to lose 10 to 20% once it's used, because this is still going to be around maybe $1,800 at least to around $2,000. Again, high-end Swiss brand, but it's on a double sale price here. So this is probably one of your best bets in terms of sometimes you can find a deal and not lose that much once you wear it if you wanted to buy it new, okay? Because, like I said, most of the time it's the smartest option. Just buy it pre-owned. What are you doing? I mean, if you're going to go buy an Omega, go buy them pre-owned. Just wait. I even bought a Breitling. Just wait. Even the new models. Wait 6 months. Buy it pre-owned. You get 30 to 40% off, and you'll still be able, whatever you paid, you'll be able to basically get that back. Same thing here. But if you want to buy a new one, you're determined, look for a double sales price, because if you ever need to resell it, you're probably going to lose 10 or 20% of the value, and it's better than losing 30 to 50%. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this episode of Watch Out. Like, subscribe. I finally got everything working where you can leave comments now. I finally figured that out. That only took me 4 years. And please leave your messages, any future episodes you would like me to do or topics you'd like me to discuss. I'm sure we'll have a Christmas episode to finish the year off. And thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you on the next episode of Watch Out.